Hello dear students. So next let us look at this particular problem of mesh analysis. Here the question is, what's the voltage V0? So find V0. Okay. Now to find V0, it's obviously clear that we have to find out what is the current that is flowing through 6K, or what is basically the current flowing here. For that we have to do the mesh analysis to find out the current elsewhere. So here I will write this as I1, here I will write this as I2, and let this be I3. Now see, here this problem is very particularly important for you all to understand that what happens when we are having in a mesh analysis a current source. See, up till now the problems were all about voltage source, but now we are having current source. Now when current source comes, the problem is we cannot write a voltage across it. We cannot say that this is plus and this is minus and then there will be some voltage value here, because there is going to be no voltage value there. So we cannot write a voltage across this, so we cannot write a KVL equation for this, and that is the issue of having a current source. But for the current source, sometimes the problem becomes very simple also. For example, this particular problem, it becomes very simple because here the current source is in one of the meshes only. For example, if you would see 4 milliamps current source is there in mesh 1 only. It is not shared between any other meshes. Similarly, 2 amps current source is also shared, is also only with mesh 2. It is not being shared between any other meshes. So how does this make our problem very simple? It makes our problem very simple because a current source will always give a current irrespective of whatever is the resistance in its path. It will always make that current flow. Similarly, here also the current source will flow a 2 milliamps current, whatever be the resistance in its path. That is basically the importance of current source. It will give that particular value of current. Okay, so when we are saying that, in that case the solution becomes very easy, because in this particular loop we are looking for current I1, and here in this particular loop there is a current source which is only in mesh 1, and because that current source is only in mesh 1, we can very clearly say that I1 is same as 4 milliamps. Why? Because 4 milliamps is the current that flows in this direction. So I1 is the current that we have drawn here. Therefore, I1 is going to be same as 4 milliamps. Now what is 4 milliamps? 4 milliamps is same as 4000, sorry, not 4000, 4 divided by 1000. So I will better write it like 4 into 10 raised to power minus 3 amps. That is 4 milliamps. Okay. Similarly, here if you will see, I1 is in this, I2 is in this direction, 2 ampere current, it's in opposite direction. That's the only difference. Otherwise, this mesh is going to always carry 2 milliamps current, but in opposite direction. See, 2 milliamps is not being shared between any two meshes. This particular current source belongs to only this mesh, just as this one was belonging to this mesh. That is very important. You should not forget this, that the problem becomes simple because it is not being shared by two meshes, but it is belonging to only one mesh. So here since 2 milliamps belongs to the second mesh, and the only thing is that it is going to be in opposite direction, so I will write I2 is equal to minus. Why I have written minus? Because I2 is in opposite direction with this current. This current is flowing down, whereas I2 is flowing in clockwise direction. So 2 milliamps being anti-clockwise, I2 being clockwise, it is opposite. So this is going to be minus 2 milliamps, which we can write it as minus 2 into 10 raised to power minus 3 amps. There is no need for us to write 10 raised to power minus 3. We can just write milliamps, it does not matter. But for those who may find it confusing, I am writing it in its ampere form. So I1, I2 is over. Now what is left? What is left is only I3. So let us write the KVL at mesh 3. So KVL at mesh 3. So since the current is going in clockwise direction, this will be the entering, this will be leaving, this will be entering, leaving, entering, leaving. And let me take the back of the bogie for a change. So it is going to be plus. So it is going to be 4 I3 minus I2. Now I will not write I2 because I2 I already know what is I2. So I will straight away write minus 2. So minus, so I2 is going to be minus 2. So minus of minus 2 milliamps. I should not forget the milli part in it. Similarly, this is 4K. 4K means 4000. So let me write it properly. So this is going to be 4K resistance. Okay. So I3. Now next is 2. So that is also back. So back of the bogie is plus 2K. Then I3 minus of minus 2 milliamps. Then the last one is plus 6K I3, and then sorry, here it should not be 2 milliamps, it should be 4. I made a mistake. Let me correct that. So this is not minus 2, this is going to be I1. So I1 is going to be 4 milliamps. Correct. 6K I3, and then we are having with it back of the bogie again, it is going to be minus 3 volt is equal to 0. So if I am going to expand this equation, I can write, see there is only one unknown here, and that is I3. So I can write all I3s together, which will come as 4K plus 2K plus 6K, all written together. That is for I3. And 6K is, sorry, 4K is 4000. That means I am trying to say here is 4K and 2 milliamps. So milli is 10 raised to power minus 3 and K is 10 raised to power 3. So you will have K and kilo and milli cancelling out each other. So 10 raised to power 3 and 10 raised to power minus 3 will cancel out each other. So I can straight away write 4 into minus of minus 2 is plus 2. So 4 to 8. So plus 8. Similarly for the second case, it is going to be minus of, because of this minus, 2K into 4 milli. K and milli will cancel out. So 4 2 is again going to be 8. So minus 8. And then what is remaining is minus 3 is equal to 0. So here 8 plus 8 minus 8 will basically cancel out, and therefore I will get I3. So I will get I3, which is 4K plus 2K plus 6K is going to be basically 12K. So 12K I3 is equal to 3. I have taken minus 3 the other side, which becomes plus 3. Therefore I3 will be equal to 3 by 12K. Now 12K is basically 12 into 10 raised to power 3. So I will write it 3 divided by 12 into 10 raised to power 3 10 raised to power 3 we can take up, so this becomes 3 by 12 into 10 raised to power minus 3, and 3 by 12 is basically 1 by 4. 10 raised to power minus 3 is milli, and this is current, so 1 by 4 milliamps, that is going to be our I3. Therefore V0, now what is V0? So let me use a different color for the final answer. So therefore V0 is going to be equal to, see, this is same direction, plus minus, so 6k into I3, so it will be 6k into I3, and this is in the opposite direction, so minus 3. So 6k I3 is into 1 by 4 milliamps, the whole minus 3. So from here we can very clearly see K and milliamps, kilo and milliamps will cancel out. 6 and 4 we can, factorize and divide by 2, so this becomes 3 by 2 minus 3, which becomes 3 minus 6 by 2, which becomes minus 3 by 2 volt. So here we have got the answer, and you can see that this should have been a 3 equation simultaneous equation kind of a problem, but here we did not get that because the current source was not being shared by two different meshes. This current source was only shared by this one, this current source by only this mesh. So this is what we do when we have a mesh analysis with current source in it. Thank you.